Hey, what's up? All right. What is up? What is up, YouTube family? It is K right here. I'm back at it with another live stream for y'all today. Yeah, today I got another sports interview for y'all, and I will be having a professional fighter, Joseph Brown, coming to the show, and I have like another extra guest coming on that will be joining us. I got Rodolfo, so they'll be joining us live for today. So I'll be putting him into the show right now. How's it going, man?
Hey man, what's happening?
Not much. Just having like a good day today. Can't wait for the fights. Coming on today. How's everything with you?
Everything's going good. I just had some lunch. I was with the family and stuff, so now I'm just relaxed for now before I go out again. I'll go see a couple friends. It's good to be back home. I was away for a couple weeks.
Oh, nice, nice. Um, yeah, like I was actually going to say, for the fights, that happened last week. That was a pretty good card last week.
Yeah, man. It's no for sure. It was a good fight card. I managed to catch a lot of it.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised with like how the fights actually went down because I believe that was Kenneth Sims versus Arnold Barbosa, and I
Yeah,
actually saw Najee Lopez. He actually had like a really good fight up against Manuel Gallegos.
yeah, that was a good one. Yeah, it went like 8 rounds before before they stopped the fight. I believe it went 8 rounds. Uh, I can't hear you, man. I think your mic's off.
Oh, yeah. Like I'm sorry about that. Yeah, like I just wanted to say, yeah, like I thought Najee did really well. The
Hmm.
fight was really competitive, and when he got knocked down in the seventh round, that was like a really tough fight because I thought Gallegos, he was coming close to actually stop him.
Yeah, but man, that's when fighters shows what they're made of. So it either makes or breaks him. He gets up and then he's like, all right, I'm gonna get my get back, and he did.
Yeah. All right. I think Joseph is here. I'm gonna bring him onto the show. So yeah,
Okay.
let's get to it. Hey, how's it going, Joseph?
What's up? How are you?
Yo.
How much,
What's up?
man? All right. So, yeah, like I just wanted to say thank you for coming on. Yeah, like I wanted to get right to it. I wanted to kind of like, start everything with, if you could tell the audience, who you are, how do you get into the sport of boxing, tell everybody, how do you get into it?
Oh yeah, well, my name is Joseph Brown. 19. I'm currently 7-0 as a pro right now. Signed with Mayweather Promotions. I got into boxing because my dad was a martial artist his whole life, so he started me out and he started me out just fighting since I was born, and he put me in like a karate school when I was 3, and then when I was 6, I started in a boxing gym, and then even like right after that, like 7 and 8 years old, I started joining a bunch of different mixed martial arts like Taekwondo and kickboxing, jujitsu, Muay Thai, and I just grew up doing like mixed martial arts, so that's how I got into it.
Okay, nice. That's very interesting.
Damn.
Um, Yeah, like I actually wanted to say, like compared, to like the first interview that I had, like with you at the Manny Pacquiao promotions fight card. I forgot to ask you, like, when you were training, did you have like a certain type of particular style that how should I say, like looked up to, heading into like your early earlier time frame, getting into boxing before you wanted to, try to elevate, like your skills, to where you're at.
Yeah, I mean Floyd's been one of my favorite fighters since I started boxing, so I've always looked up to him, and I've always kind of tried to emulate his style and add certain things that he does into my style as well. And Roy Jones as well. That's like my other favorite fighter. So I've worked a lot with him, and that's the one that I was growing up to. So I think the both of those two, I've taken a lot from their game to add it to mine.
Okay, nice. Yeah, because I actually wanted to ask, like, when you were training, coming into the pros, did you have like a certain goal, that you're trying to hit as far as trying to get like your style to like a certain level? How much training would you say that that you've put into to get to where you're at right now?
I put in a lot of hard work for sure, a ton. I growing up as a kid, I didn't really have like a normal type of childhood. I was just like in the gym for hours and hours a day. So I mean, like I've sacrificed a lot to get to the point where I'm at, and I feel like with me being so young, like only 19, there's no reason why I should be able to be in there with grown men and do what I do, or be in there with different world champions and handle them the way I do. And that just comes from all the blood, sweat, and tears that I put in, just growing up.
Okay, yeah, that's very interesting that you say that. I actually wanted to basically add more to that with asking you like another question, like when you were having to basically look at Floyd and look at Roy Jones, was there like a certain fundamental that you actually took out of them that that you wanted to like kind of cradle into like your own like your own type of fighting style? Like I wanted to like ask like what type of fighter like did you want to like emulate like your style? Did you want it to become more of like a brawler, boxer puncher, or just more of like a pure boxer?
Well, my dad has always taught me like defense first since I started boxing. So I feel like I've always wanted to be like a boxer puncher. And that's what I feel like I kind of what I am naturally, because I have like good power, but like I like to, box most of the time. So I mean that's kind of where I started at, and that's kind of where I'm at now. I think being a boxer puncher is the best thing you can be overall, to be honest.
Okay. Yeah, because I wanted to ask that because like I wanted to see like as far as like where you're at like in your career, like do you think more like about boxing first before you actually try to brawl out to try to get that knockout, or is it just something that just comes like naturally?
Yeah, I always box first. I mean, my knockouts always come from setting them up, or just shots that I just threw nice and sharp, and it kind of got the guy out of there. But I always box first. If I'm going in to fight 12 rounds, before I'm getting ready for a 12 round fight, I'm preparing to go 12 rounds, and if the knockout comes, it comes.
Okay, nice. As far as like your training regimen, as far as like how you're training, do you like try to get in those type of drills to kind of like be ready for like the longer distance like fights? Like, do you have plans as far as like where you're trying to set like a roadmap to like get to that how should I say, to get to the upper echelon level, so therefore you can be like at their at that how should I say particular fighting style to be up there with the top names?
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's not easy to. I mean, it's not that hard to go that many rounds. I feel like I'm the type of fighter is like the more rounds you give me, the better I do, and the worse it is for the other guy. So I always train to fight longer distances, and when the time's right, I'll make that step up. But I mean, it's not too hard for me. The transition will be easy.
Okay, nice. I actually wanted to ask a funny question. How hard is like the preparation as far as like getting that first punch out when you're actually getting into like the fight? Do you ever have like those how should I say those jitters coming into like your fights or?
Yeah, I get them sometimes. I feel like most of them you kind of get out during the warm up. I mean, once you're in the fight, it's like you're in there. You got to do what you got to do. I think most of the nerves and the jitters and everything, I kind of get to shake them out while I'm warming up.
Okay, nice. Yeah, like I wanted to ask. Correct me if I'm wrong. You're based out of Canada, right? Or
Yeah.
okay, yeah, because I wanted to ask like a question to you, Rodolfo. Did you and Joseph ever have history heading into his his development as a fighter or?
You know what though, like because we've known the same people for the longest time, right? And it was kind of like one of those we never actually met in person. Like we knew of each other and like we talked, but we never actually met in person, face to face, until like interacted in person until that weekend at the Turning Stone, which is funny because we're both Canadians, but we're from different parts of Canada. So he's from BC, I'm from Ontario, so it is still pretty far. It still takes like 4 hours by plane to get to each other. So it's like Canada's pretty big.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was just like curious, like if you and Joe actually like knew each other for like a long time. So like I forgot to ask you guys that. Um,
Yeah, or like always knew of each other, but you know, just like have it in person, just because like at the time that he was boxing, the time I was boxing, a little different, right? Because I'm a little older, so.
okay, yeah. Yeah, like I wanted to ask you, Joseph. Like heading into your career, when you decided to go promotionally with Mayweather Promotions, what was like the main goal as far as like wanting to sign with them? Like, are you just trying to get your name out there so you can be like a big name, so therefore you can kind of like run everything on your own heading into the future, or what's your main goal for that?
Well, I mean, signing with Floyd, it was kind of one of those things where he was, one of my favorite fighters coming up, and he saw a lot of talent in me, and of course, I was in talks to different people and things like that. But I think he really just stood out to me. He said he had a lot of great plans for me, and it's been great so far. So
Okay. Yeah, because I wanted to ask, as far as your activity, as far as where you're at in your career, are you able to get as many fights as you can, so therefore you can be, in that loop of like having to, get those, big names, that you want, so therefore you can get your career, to that particular level?
yeah, definitely. I think I'm one of those people where I'd be moved a little bit quicker compared to most other prospects. So I don't think it's going to be that hard to, whenever I want to make a big type of step up, that it's going to be like a difficult type of thing. And especially when you have somebody like Floyd backing you, like if I tell him I want to fight somebody, he can call him out and make it happen just like that. So,
Okay, yeah, because I wanted to ask that question because there's been some controversy that people have to say that being with Floyd wasn't always like the better deal for certain fighters. So I wanted to get your point of view to see how that worked because based off of what you're telling me, you're able to push that particular direction to say, hey, I want to fight this guy, I want to fight that guy, and therefore you can kind of get to that particular level. Like, is that correct or?
yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm trusting in them Mayweather Promotions to guide my career the right way, and I just fight whoever they give me. But I mean, if it all comes down to it, and I feel like I really want to be that person to call somebody out and make something happen, I'm sure we could do that.
Okay, yeah. Because I also wanted to ask, like, was there any other opportunity with other promotions like PBC or let's just say Top Rank or Matchroom or maybe even Turkey Al Sheikh, that's also coming into the sport as well?
Of course, I don't want to throw out names, but yeah, I mean, of course, I had options coming up. I get offers all the time and stuff, but I'm loyal to Floyd. Like I said, he's been one of my favorites since I started. Since I started, so that's the one I look up to like for a really long time. So it was an honor to be able to talk with him and be a part of his team.
Okay. Yeah, because I wanted to ask about the Mayweather gym. Um, based off of how you've been training in your career, what is like the process with training with like the Mayweather gym? Is it like a lot of fighters that come from like many different backgrounds where you're training with like the high level up and coming names to keep yourself fresh heading into like your fights? Like, is like the talent pool really that big heading into the Mayweather gym if you're ever training out there?
Yeah, I'd say it's pretty big. Floyd's gym is just super popular because of him. So everybody comes through there all the time to train and check it out. So I say it's one of those gyms where it's like a big melting pot. So you'll have, like I said, you'll have all different types of people come through there.
Okay. Yeah, like as far as the training regimen that you're doing right now, do you ever like go out there pretty often to train for camp, or do you use like other big name gyms, to kind of like get ready for like your fights, or?
Yeah, I do most of my camps in Vegas whenever I have my fights coming up. So I mean, sometimes in my Floyd's gym, or sometimes I move around to different gyms to get work at. It just depends on who's around and who I'm fighting and what I got coming up.
Okay. Yeah, because I wanted to ask, as far as the names that that you've been training with, like. Are there like any like known fighters that you've been in the ring with, like let's just say sparring wise, that's in your division that you're at, right?
In my division, 54. I mean, like I fought some of the ranked guys at 54. I haven't gotten to spar like any of the champs right now. I feel like it's just weird. Like a lot of the champs I sparred have been either a division below or a division above. So
Oh, okay. So you haven't been able to get inside of the ring with like Jermell Charlo, Tony Harrison, or
I
like
haven't.
Jared Swifter.
Not yet. Not yet. At least.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think that would be awesome to like get that type of sparring a lot. But yeah, like I just wanted to ask that because like I always hear a lot of other fighters saying like like I sparred this guy, and like I've got like the better of that person. So a lot of people like to use that to kind of like get their names out there. So I wanted to kind of like see like did you ever get inside of the ring with any other, top level guys that that are in the sport right now? Or
Well, yeah, yeah. There's been a ton. I've been in there with, like I said, a lot of them been either like a division, like the champs, either a division below or a division above, and I've been in with like all the different rank contenders in my weight class and above my weight class, and it's like I don't want to like throw names out there, but
okay,
I mean, I get the better a lot of people that as far.
okay, yeah, yeah. Like I also wanted to ask to segue into something else. As far as like where you're at in your division, you're in the middleweight division. Is that correct?
Junior middleweight, 154.
Okay, okay, all right. Do you have any plans to kind of like move up to like the higher weight classes?
I think in the future I'll definitely move up. I don't think my body's done growing yet. But right now I'm not having no problems making 154. I've been steady, like easily making the weight. So yeah, I'll stay here for as long as I can. And when my body, tells me I just can't do it no more, then I'll move up.
Okay. Yeah, because I wanted to ask. I believe you're 9-0 or 10-0, right?
Oh, it's seven though.
Okay. Yeah, because I was gonna say, like as far as for this year, did you have any scheduled fights heading into the future, to get any potential, how should I say, like opponents?
You saying like, do I have like any planned opponents yet?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, opponents not like I said. I just leave it to Mayweather promo to pick who I'm fighting, and whoever they put in front of me is who I'm getting in there with. You know what I mean? I don't ask no questions.
Okay. Yeah, like I also wanted to ask, as far as getting ranked to get up to the world title level, um, like how would how's that process to be made to get to that particular level? Are you are you trying to go like a certain direction to go for any of the belts, as of right now?
I don't think there's any belt that I want. I mean, of course, I think everybody loves the WBC one, so I mean that'd be amazing. But I mean, I don't think there's any like belt that like at this point I'm trying to run in that direction. Particularly, it's just like whatever opportunity presents itself best, and I believe that my career is being moved the right way, and I think I'm gonna be pushed a little bit faster compared to most other prospects at my level. So I'm just taking it one fight at a time right now.
Okay. Yeah, because I was just curious to ask that because I was having like I wanted to know like as far as like that process when you are starting out. Did you have like a certain plan as far as like wanting to petition for one of those particular sanction bodies to get yourself ranked heading into the future? Um, I also wanted to ask, as far as like the new promotion with Zuffa Boxing, would you ever take any interest of wanting to go over there to go for their Zuffa like inaugural belt in the future?
I mean, I guess we'll see in the future. If the opportunity presents itself, then maybe I consider it. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the future holds. So I guess we'll see.
Okay, yeah, yeah. Like I was just curious, like to ask that because like I was like hearing some news on that, and I wanted to get like your take on it. But as far as having to get up to that particular level at the world title level, to your to your point of view, how should I say, it doesn't matter who you fight, like as long as you get up to the upper echelon, so you can get to that particular stage as far as becoming a world champion first, and then you can think about trying to go for other bigger names.
Exactly. Like I said, I'm just taking it one fight at a time, and it's not that hard to make one step up and be there. You know what I mean? So it won't be hard. When the time's right, my name will be up there with the rest of the people in the division.
Okay. Yeah. I also wanted to ask, do you have any plans of like wanting to go for any potential, I should say, big names heading into the sport, like as far as like any future fights that you would like to fight? Let's just say David Benavidez or Canelo Alvarez or anybody like that.
Honestly, I don't even really have any names. I guess just at that point it'd be like whoever has the belts. Because when I become champion, of course, I'd want to. As soon as I get one, I want to go collect the other ones too. So there would be that, and then whoever has the biggest draw at that point too. Whoever can just like whatever opponents would make like mega fights with me at that point.
Okay. I was gonna say maybe in the future, could a fight between you and Devin Haney be a possible matchup?
It could be. It could be if Devin's still around and he decides to move up. It could be potentially.
Okay. Yeah, like I mean, I'm just basically brainstorming because I can see all the big names coming in. But I think you and Devin can definitely be like a really good fight down the road. And I also did mention to you in the past, Devin's fighter, Omari Jones, or yeah, um, yeah, like I believe his name is like Amari Jones, and then that other fighter, I think he's with ProBox, Daryl Valsaint. Like I
Yep.
like to see those particular names. Um, yeah, like I also wanted to segue to a different question to ask. As far as where where you're at right now, in your career, how much influence do you want to bring into the sport as far as like your fan base for what you're trying to build?
As much as I can, I want to be the people's champ at the end of the day. So honestly, as much as I can. I think as I grow, as I continue to fight and grow in the sport, I'll continue to have more and more of an impact.
Okay. Yeah, like as far as any particular venues that you would like to fight in the future, like do you have any like certain venues that you would like to headline in the future?
I would say right now, maybe the Allegiant Stadium in Vegas.
Oh,
That'd
nice.
probably be, yeah, I'd probably be number one at this point.
Yeah, I was thinking about a particular stadium over in Canada, possibly. How about the Toronto
Bank
Raptors
Arena.
Stadium? Yeah, 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 yeah,
No
yeah,
one's
Yeah,
yeah,
ever headlined there like that.
yeah, that'd be dope too. I'd definitely be
yeah,
like the
Yeah.
first one to do that. So that'd be
I
sick.
yeah. I
actually I
actually,
lied. I think
yeah.
oh no, wait, I think Adonis Stevenson and Badu Jack they had a fight there, but like it was kind of
Oh, they might
it
have.
didn't
Yeah.
sell out. It didn't sell out at all because it was kind of last minute that they hosted
Uh,
the fight there. It was supposed to be in Montreal, but it was like 2 weeks ago, and they said, "Never mind, we'll do it in Toronto."
oh, okay.
Yeah, but that was a long time ago.
So wait, does Canada's boxing scene? It's not it's not big like the U.S., right? Like it's kind of like very small, or does it have
It's
like a
grow
good population?
it's growing, but it's definitely not like US.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I wanted to particularly ask that to kind of like see like as far as like any big names that were in the sport, did they ever try to bring any promotions out there to like try to expand cards?
Hmm. Well, out in Quebec, out in Montreal, they've had some pretty good cards there.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, like I definitely like to see you there, to be like a headline, fight sometime like in the future over in Canada, Joseph. So, I mean, if that does happen, like I like to go out there. I definitely like to see you go come out to New York to fight at the MSG. I think that would be like a pretty good venue.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. MSG is a pretty historic, so I love to fight there.
Yeah. I also wanted to ask, as far as the particular how should I say, like as far as promoting your name in the sport of boxing, um, do you have like a certain plan as far as trying to get like your name out there faster? Like, are you trying to like branch out to be more of like a more talkative, like a name, a fighter, so therefore people can talk about you more, or are you just wanting to kind of just fight the best names and then have like a organic fan base where people support you based off of how you fight?
Well, I like to work on being more talkative because at the end of the day, I think that's what people like. They like to see
Trash talk.
the actual, yeah, they like to see like the actual
Yeah.
personal side of you. So I mean, maybe one day I'll get a cameraman just to follow me around, and you guys can see my whole everyday life and training days and stuff like that soon. But yeah, I plan to do that as well as just being still working on winning and beating everybody who's in front of me. Of course, that's gonna all that speaks for itself.
Should get a kick account to like one of those kick account like Kijan just started.
Right.
The
Yeah, just go out to certain gyms and just random spar,
kids
influencers.
Yeah.
get knocked out by the kids.
Yeah. Yeah, because I wanted to ask you that because it seems like that, that the old way of boxing is still being used where a lot of fighters just expect themselves to be promoted by like having the promotion do the work. But I also wanted to ask, like, do you believe that it's important to have your own name branding so therefore you can like run your own, business, like, operation to kind of like get your name out there bigger. So therefore, you can have everything to be self-made, right?
Yeah, of course. I mean, the promotion can't do everything for you. You gotta be a little independent sometimes, be able to do it for yourself. At the end of the day, you have to be the one that's putting butts in the seat. Not your promoter telling everybody like, you know what I mean. You got to do it. So
Okay, yeah, because I also wanted to ask as far as like getting that like getting those sales in as far as selling tickets and boxing. How does that actually work? Like, do you actually like get the tickets from your promoter and then you have to do your like I should say your own part as far as trying to get people to buy your tickets, so therefore you can keep increasing your popularity?
nah, at this point, no. And I feel like maybe it's because I just fight on all these like a lot of these big cards. Like I fought on like the Floyd's card. I fought on Pacquiao's undercard and like
Oh, okay,
different people
nice.
like that. So I mean, like I wouldn't need to. Like all these people are kind of doing it for me at this point.
Oh,
So
okay. Yeah, because correct me if I'm wrong. Like when you're starting out and you're not even like a big name yet, it's kind of like a very difficult process to kind of like, you know, like basically go from like low level cards where you have to probably sell out your local area before you get elevated to like the bigger promotions where it like basically like the bigger promotions, they have bigger name cards with like the more upper echelon fighters, so like you don't have to do your own part as far as like trying to get people to like buy your tickets as far as coming to like the fight, right?
yeah, that's what I've heard. That's what I heard it's like for some people.
Okay. Um, yeah. Do you plan on like wanting to make like your own promotion so therefore you can kind of like expand bigger so you could have like your own like foundation?
I've thought about it. So I mean, I guess we'll see. I don't know what the future holds, but I
Okay.
mean, I might want to. We'll see. It's
I
definitely an
mean,
option.
hey, if you ever want to set up any cards over in Vegas, like I'll be like the very first customer. So
Definitely.
yeah. Um, yeah. Like I also wanted to ask as far as the as far as the fighters that you came up with, how important is it for you to kind of like develop like a proper discipline with like the right people to be within like your camp and like your social circles when you make it to like the high level, in the sport?
It's super important because boxing is like pretty corrupt. It can be a pretty corrupt sport, so you have to make sure that you choose your circle wisely and you keep it small. And it's just like the people that are closest to you that really have your best interests. So it's super important, honestly. Your circle can honestly make or break your career sometimes.
Okay, yeah, because I wanted to ask that to get your point of view, because some people that are very like how should I say, not too knowledgeable of knowing that. They just think that it's not as bad as people make it out to be. And I wanted to kind of see your point of view as far as like when you have to be, very focused to get to where you're at. There has to be like a certain level where you have to cut people off, so therefore you can keep your success rate to be higher. Like, is that to be correct?
Well, I mean, it depends. I mean, you're definitely not supposed to cut off people that are really there for you and care for you and trying to really help you elevate. But people that are leeches and are just trying to take away,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
But like those people, is like, yeah, you got to cut off.
Okay, yeah, because I think based off of like how the how like how boxing media tries to like make out with like certain boxing I should say cooperations to be met behind closed doors. People don't understand like how difficult it is to kind of like deal with trusting with people that you once knew, and then it's like when those people try to like turn their backs up against you, that psychology does play into fights in a way where you're not able to kind of like have like your mind focused, because those people that you once were good friends with ended up trying to turn their backs up against you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I want to ask, like, as far as where you're at in your career, is there like a certain end goal that you're trying to influence with like the next generation for boxing?
Honestly, I just want to, let everybody know that, if you work hard, follow your dreams and work, I mean, if you work hard, like honestly, like, truly work hard, you can, make anything happen. That's where that's how I got to where I'm at today, by just, trusting in God, of course, first, and then, putting in the hard work.
Okay. I wanted to ask to add on top of that. Do you believe that it is important to focus on a set amount of skills to be the best, or is it better to be good at one particular skill to make yourself a more prominent fighter?
Honestly, it's kind of hard to say because I feel like you can see both of those in the different champions today. Some people are like masterful at one thing and they took it and just went to the top of it. And some people are just well diverse in everything. I mean, I would say it's always better to have like good basics, good fundamentals, and be pretty good at everything. But some people just choose one thing and just run with it and end up, becoming great. So I mean, I guess it works differently for everybody.
Okay. Yeah, because I wanted to get your point of view, because it seems like a lot of people that but don't understand the sport like to think that it's all about just being good with like one particular attribute, but it's not always to be the case with every fighter. Um, do you try to diversify your style with like tougher style matchups, so therefore you can like know what to do up against those type of styles?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like I'm more of a diverse fighter compared to most other people. So I feel like I'm able to do whatever and switch up to do whatever depending on who I'm fighting.
Okay. As far as the amateurs with boxing, do you believe that that it's important to try to get as much amateur experience before you head into the pros, or do you think that that's something that's like completely different, and like getting into the pros is something that's more naturally inclined to like understand like what your style is?
It depends. Sometimes for some people it helps them, for some people it hurts them. Like I've seen a bunch of different people that have like a large amateur pedigree and it helped them in the pros. I've seen people that had a large amateur pedigree and they were never able to like make that transition. Like they just kept fighting like amateurs and didn't do well. I've seen people that barely had no amateur experience turn pro and still become world champion. So I think it's one of those things where it kind of, again, it just depends on the person.
Okay, yeah, because I wanted to ask that because like I'll use like a, good example. Like if you compare Sugar Ray Robinson to, let's just say, Vasily Lomachenko, um with his amateur experience that Lomachenko has compared to what Sugar Ray Robinson has done, based off of the development of making yourself into like a really good, well-rounded fighter, is it more based off of like the fundamental knowledge as far as like what you bring from the amateurs into the pros to become a great fighter, or more so understanding like what the pro game is like, so therefore you can be naturally gifted at like what you do.
I'd say a little bit of both, and maybe more just understanding what the pro game is like. Because I mean, at the end of the day, is different from amateur boxing, and I think that's what a lot of people don't realize, and that's why some people aren't able to make that transition over.
Okay. Um. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Just based off of that, like I just wanted to ask that. But yeah, well, like I wanted to like finalize with like a few more questions. Like as far as where you're at in your career, who's your trainer, and do you have any like a certain camps, like that you try to like work on certain fundamentals where you're at in your career?
Well, I say my dad. I mean, my dad's been like my main trainer since I started my career and everything, and then also I'm also working with Dewey Cooper as well. And I mean, as far as when it comes to what I'm working on, it just depends on who I'm fighting, what I got coming up, or if I feel like if I need to tighten up in a certain area. Like I feel like at this point, like because I'm young, I can get better at everything. So I mean, when I'm in the gym, I'm working on everything. You know what I mean? And then when I
Yeah.
have my fights coming up, I'll do something a little bit more specific, cater to the person that I'm fighting.
Okay. Yeah. Because I wanted to ask like what's your strengths and weaknesses that you would say that that you have.
I mean, my strength is definitely like my defense. I feel like I have one of the best defenses, like in out of any like prospect and contender out there right now for sure. I mean, when it comes to weaknesses, I mean, like I don't really know, but like I said, there's like I can get better in everything. You know what I mean? I'm still growing in every area. So
Do you believe that trying to like upgrade like your defensive fundamentals is more due to like watching like older fighters with like how good they were, with their defense, or do you kind of like work more on the drills to kind of like be good at that high level, so therefore you could see shots come in like a lot faster?
well, both. I'm always drilling, so that way I can see the shots coming at me. And at the end of the day, if you want to last in the sport, you have to be a good defensive fighter. That's all the best defensive fighters were able to fight until they were old. You know, what I mean, the people that just got into wars had to retire early. You know, what I mean, when I'm done with boxing, I want to make sure that I got my head still together, my face still looks fine, and everything like that. So, I think that's one of the reasons why I've always been so big on defense.
Okay. Yeah, like I wanted to ask, like, what's up the hardest punch that you've actually taken?
I I couldn't even tell you. I mean, I mean, I've had my fair share of getting caught a few good times, but I mean, it's part of the sport. Everybody gets hit.
Okay. What's your signature shot that you like to throw?
My signature shot. I don't even know. I mean, I don't know if maybe my left hook to the body or like my right uppercut, maybe. I'm not sure. Maybe one of
Okay.
those two, though.
All right. Well. All right. Well, yeah. Like I wanted to ask that because like I base off of your your particular style. Like it seems like that you have like a really good accuracy setup with like throwing the power punches every time that you counter somebody. So like I
Yeah,
wanted to ask that.
yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, like I wanted to ask with just like a final question to wrap things up. Based off of where you're at in your career, how would you compare yourself when you started boxing, and when it's all said and done, what is something that you want to leave behind for somebody, like for somebody to look up to your particular path for where you're at in your boxing career?
I mean, it's a night and day difference from when I started, of course, and I think it's gonna still be a night and day difference from where I'm at right now until I finish. Like I said, I'm always just learning and growing, and it's all because of you know God first of all, most importantly, and second, the hard work I put in. So I just like to, my life. I like to, let my like I guess career path just be a testament to where if you work hard, put your faith in God and work hard. I mean, you can get to where you want to be at.
Okay. All right. Well, I definitely like appreciate your time, and thank you for coming on. Definitely like to do this again. Um, is there any like is there any last words that you like to bring out to your audience that follows you?
For sure. Well, thanks for having me again, and
Yes, sir.
just I guess just stay tuned. I'll be fighting again soon, so just keep your eye out for me and stay tuned.
Alrighty. Well, thank you very much for coming on to the show, Joseph, and thank you very much for you yourself for bringing everything to the platform, and thank you, Rodolfo, for coming on.
No
And
worries, anytime.
yeah, yeah. So I will definitely follow up into the future, and hope you guys have a great day.
Yeah,
You
you
have a good
too.
day, man.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much, and I will see you guys.
All right. See you.
Peace. All right. Oh. Oh. Okay. Yep. All right. So I apologize for that. Yeah. So thank you guys for coming on to the show, and sorry about that. Like I think I had something going on with like my mic. So yeah, I will see you guys very soon, and be sure to like, rate, comment, and subscribe. I have some more videos coming on to to the channel. So yeah, I will catch you guys soon, and I will give you guys the outro coming in. So give me 1 second. All right, yeah. So give me 1 second. I'll be right back. All right. All right, I am back. All right. So here's the outro. I will see you guys later. Have a great day, and thank you guys for tuning in. All right, I'll see you guys.